Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and tonight I'm going to be doing your June 2022 monthly check-in reading for you. So what is going on for the sign of Sagittarius? What do we need to know for Sagittarius? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one major arcana out of the Anne Stokes Gothic collection, and I am going to see what the energy is for the month and then clarify with a different deck. What do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. So this is you getting some sort of clarity right here. I don't want to actually pull these cards in reversed. So, let me get you one more card. We have the Devil. Oh my gosh, everyone keeps getting the Devil right here. So, okay. Here's the thing, Sagittarius. I feel like you're going to have to go upside down to understand something, and how you're going to understand it is not actually a very pleasant way of a situation. You're going to actually have to go deep into a situation and surrender to the divine right here, and then once you surrender to the divine, you're going to understand the secret to something that you're looking for is not good, okay? The secret actually comes from the devil. It comes from some sort of negative entity. And remember, in magic, there's polarities. There are polarities. There's positive and then there's negative. So you have light magic and you have shadow magic. So what I'm seeing right here is you're trying to understand something and it's completely shadow aspected, all right? And it makes you feel uncomfortable right here with the Hanged Man in reverse. So let's clarify what is going on for Sagittarius right here. This could be within anything, work, love, career. You're finding out a secret right here. You asked the divine to reveal a secret to you, and now the secret is kind of scaring you with the devil. You have the Page of Cups. Yeah, you asked for it. You handed out your cup to the universe and you said, hey, can you fill this cup up? And now you're receiving the secret. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Let me get you one more card. You have the Temperance. Okay. Here's the thing about the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is you rushing into a situation, but coming out on top. Because remember, the Nine of Wands upright represents getting bruised and battered, but then this is you overcoming that situation. So it's kind of like you understand that being burned at the stake is just part of the life cycle of being a witch. With the Temperance right here, this is the alchemy of both situations. You have to take negative with positive. That's what Temperance wants to teach you. It uses 2 cups and it's using water, but you have to understand that Temperance is actually fire energy. So it's alchemizing with water and fire. It's an angel, but it has 1 foot on the land and 1 foot dipped in water, okay? So in reality, it's kind of using all the elements to itself. It's using earth, it's using water, it's using fire because that's what it is, and it's using air with the alchemy, with the balance right there, with pouring that thing like that, because that's what Aquarians do, is they're the water bearers. They pour things out. So this situation right here is it's coming from all aspects. It's coming from all elements, and you're rising above the situation. You asked, you were in the dark about something, you're receiving the situation, but it's scary because of this devil energy. Now, let's see. And you might be wondering, why is the devil revealing this information about itself to me? In fact, you could have been asking, what's the whole point of the universe? You could have been asking like really dark secrets about anything within life right here, and the devil is just giving you the answers. And you're wondering why it doesn't involve you getting burned at the stake. Like, why is the devil giving you this answer? And that's what we're going to look at. Why is it giving it to you? Why are you receiving this and not getting, the negative repercussions? Because when people practice black magic, they tend to get burned in the end. Like, that's the whole aspect of it. You have to make the contract. You have to properly execute the contract. You'll pay for it down the line. You get what you want right then and there. However, over a period of time, you get the negative karma for it. So what is the Page of Cups, as opposed to light magic where you get the negative karma up front and then you get the benefits later on down the line? So what is this Page of Cups? The Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. You're asking for a gift right here. You're asking for, how does the world make money? How does the rich stay rich? How do the poor stay poor? The Nine of Wands, let's see what this is. The Ten of Wands and the Six of Swords. Here's what it is, Sagittarius, it's because you don't use it. That's the thing. It's like you get the information and you don't ever use it for yourself. That's why you don't get burned. That's how you overcome this. So you're receiving some sort of like really, really dark information about the devil, right? About life in general, about how something works. You went into the hanged man mode. Reverse is when you finally become enlightened and you're coming out of it, but you're not using it. The temperance, let's look at this. What's the temperance energy? The Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. You know something about the Hierophant. You know, here's the thing about the Hierophant right here. The Hierophant also sits at the pillars, same with the High Priestess. However, his pillars are both light. But here's the thing about magic. You can't always be in light. You always have to use the negativity to things. You have to use the devil if you're going to practice magic. I'm not talking about talking to the devil, praying to the devil, summoning demons, but you have to understand how black magic works in order to perform light magic. Because when you think about it, when you think of science in a way, light magic is the protection. The black magic is the execution of something. You're protecting yourself from messing with this entity. So when you do black magic, you have to put a lot of seals and sigils and protections around you, right? Even when you use tarot, okay? So what I'm seeing for you right here is that you're understanding the dark truth of the Hierophant itself. But you're not going to use the dark truth of the Hierophant because ultimately you don't care. You just wanted to know. What it is behind the Hierophant in any entity, in any situation, even people who go to church, even people who are like the Pope, because that's what the Hierophant is, they still have to, they want to use negativity, they have to surround themselves with positivity, okay? So think of like a scientist, for example. A scientist who's working on a new virus that they're trying to discover in the CDC, they're trying to, figure out how it works and mortality rates and all this and look at it. They don't just go and pick up the virus or the vial with their bare hands. What do? Well, they go into a hazmat room, into a biohazard room. They put on a suit. They put on like this oxygen mask tank thing. They put on a shield over their face. They walk through this door where it disinfects them. They go into like a completely sterile environment. And while they're in this sterile environment, it's really cold. Then they pick up the thing. They mess with it with other instruments and tools. Then before they leave, they have to get sprayed down again. They have to go through all these rituals in order to play with the virus being black magic. Think of it like that. And you're understanding something right here. You're understanding that maybe black magic is a little bit too powerful for people, and that's why the church has kept it a secret for so long. Because here's the thing, they still practice it, because one of the popes, they said, was a Satanist. They say that they have all types of grimoires. They have the Goetia at the bottom of the Vatican. They have all these dark things. Even at the Vatican, they have demons on the walls. They have angels on the walls. They have mid-entities like gargoyles. They have all kinds of things. So you understand that they sit at the pillar of light and shadow. If you want to use black magic, you have to protect yourself. That's what this is. And you're understanding how the rich stay rich, poor stay poor. It's because they have protection around them. Why do you think, buying diamonds and gold is so important? Because those are things and ancient rituals and incantations and initiations that you had to have in order to appease these entities. They didn't want cheap things. They wanted expensive things. Because demons don't live a poor lifestyle. They live a lavish lifestyle because that's all they have. All right? They're given this world to live luxuriously and to control this world. They're not going to just work with, candles and rose oil, if that makes sense. They're going to want this done properly. And that's the whole point of the Hierophant, is that's why the Vatican is so large. That's why the Vatican has so many square cubits to it. That's why it has so many pillars, because each demon and each angel requires so many pillars and so many feet to summon it. You're understanding the truth behind it. You're understanding because Capricorn and the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil are both ruled by Capricorn. You're understanding the secret of money. You're understanding the secret of wealth. You're understanding the secret of our earth right here. The Hierophant and the Empress are both Taurus energy. You're understanding the secret of Taurus, of lavish lifestyle. Remember, the Hierophant Taurus energy is also ruled by Venus. Venus is also ruled by Libra. What was Venus? Lucifer, okay? Remember, Venus was always opposed to the moon because the moon represents your internal conflict, and Venus represents luxuriousness, not praying, always giving up to the flesh right there. So this is you're attaining some sort of enlightenment, and it has to do with the church. Why does the church want to collect all of these things? Why does the Catholic Church or the Vatican Church, or why does any religious organization want more and more and more? And you get the secrets because you asked. And now you get the secrets and you walk away. Like, the secret was that that's how that works. They get burned alive at the end. That's the Ten of Wands too. But you're taking the information, you're saying, whatever. Okay, I understand the secrets now. The Knight of Pentacles, you're taking your secrets and you're seeing what you can do with them. You don't want to use all of it. You just want to know how to use a little bit of it. That's the thing, Sagittarius. You're not trying to rule the world. You're not trying to be an elite. You're not trying to bring about doomsday or try to prevent doomsday from happening or try to bring about the New World Order or whatever. You're just trying to live out your life. That's why things went out good for you right here. You received the knowledge, but it freaked you out. The Queen of Wands, you're trying to become this witch right here with the Queen of Wands, but you're blocked off to it. You're blocked off that... Here's the thing. Once you've done this, you're blocking yourself off from it. Okay? Not because I think that you are a bad person. I feel like you think you're a bad person. The anxiety is that you think that you've messed around with some sort of negative entity and you think that, you know, you shouldn't dabble with witchcraft anymore. And granted, if you're not going to do it right, then don't do it. But don't just block yourself off because you're scared. The Emperor coming out with Aries energy. The Emperor will give you a secret as well. The Emperor is going to help you align with some sort of situation. You send out a message, the Emperor receives that message and gives it back to you. You're receiving a message from the Emperor right here. The Queen of Cups, it's a loving information, a loving idea, because you're sending out a message and they're happy with this message. They're happy that you understand, but they don't want you to be blocked off to your powers anymore. They don't want you to be blocked off to who you are, okay? Because you understand who you are, Sagittarius. You're just scared to use it. Because you're afraid of all of this bad stuff happening to you. But here's the thing. You're not the one challenging the status quo. They are. You're not the one using it for personal gain. They are. See, they stand on the idea of sacrifice 1,000,000 to save one. You're not doing that. Your idea is to take the secrets and help other people with it, as Chiron the Centaur did. He understood all forms of magic because he was a professional healer. He was a prophesier. He could do anything, right? If it involved magic. And people came to him. And so what I'm seeing right here is that you don't need to be blocked off because you're not doing it for your own selfish needs. You're doing it for the best of humanity, whereas these people are doing it for their own thing. They're hiding it, saving it for themselves, and scaring people if anyone wants to do it. Oh, you're going to get burned alive. Oh, bad things are going to happen to you. Only they can have it. Only they can perform it. But here's the thing. Granted, they can only perform certain things because not everyone's going to have, 10 gold lampstands and 30 golden candlesticks and 50 cubits of this pointed east on this day. Like, granted, they can only perform those things. Like, why do you think millionaires do those types of, like, look at the Juice World ritual thing. I'm not going to be like a conspiracy theorist, but you have to understand, like, that's kind of how that shit works. They do that at the Vatican. They do that within any society. They do it in mosques. They do it wherever, okay? Satanists do it. However you want to view this situation is how it's done. Eight of Pentacles, they want you to work on your craft again. They want you to be proficient at your skill, but you're blocking yourself off to it. You need to quickly undo this. Maybe you've even put a spell on yourself to prevent you from doing it. You're scared. You just need to talk about that. Or maybe you just don't want to be used. The High Priestess. They're a great teacher. This person, whoever you're connecting with, this Emperor, they understand who you are. You just need to just kind of come into alignment with this. They're not going to be scared of you. They don't want you to be scared of them. They're coming from the High Priestess perspective. Maybe you are good at black magic. Maybe you are good at light magic, but here's the thing. Black magic involves white magic, and light magic involves black magic. If you understand the powers of yin and yang, if you understand the High Priestess pillar, she sits at the pinnacle of both. She understands that one is light, one is negative. One is the right-hand path, one is the shadow path. But at the end, they both sit at the pinnacle of enlightenment, regardless of what path you take. If you are not doing it for the most selfish, egotistical, awful, horrible things like some people do, if you're not casting spells on people, if you're not trying to curse anyone, if you're just doing it to understand it and gain a better grasp of it, it's whatever. However, because it still involves that light aspect, it's almost like you do the spell to say that you can do it, and then you get rid of it, you give it back, you don't take anything from it. Kind of like that movie Willy Wonka. It's like he had the everlasting gobstopper, he had the secret to undo the whole factory and the main secret to Willy Wonka, but he gave it back. That's what black magic is. It's understanding it, having it, and then saying, you know what, I don't really need this, thanks, bye. You give it up in the end. That's understanding it right there. That's giving it back, okay? That's the whole point of black magic. It's to understand something and gain the knowledge of it, but not gain the physical thing of it. And that's what I'm seeing right here, is that you've gained the knowledge with the Queen of Swords. You've never gained anything physically from it, but you gained a lot of mental space. It's almost like, you know, think of Zacchaeus. He was like the rich tax person. And even in plenty of rich people in the Bible, when they decided to follow Jesus, what did? They took all the money and the wealth that they had, that they'd accumulated, and they gave it to everyone, but they still had the knowledge of how to get it back. If they ever wanted to, they could give it back, but they said, no, I don't need it anymore. I'm going to follow a different path right here. But that doesn't mean that they still don't have the knowledge of the shadow aspect. So that's what this is, Sagittarius. Someone knows that you're powerful right here. Someone knows that you're very skilled. Someone knows that you understand. Use it, but give it back. And it's kind of like borrowing too. When you say, hey, can I borrow this? It's not yours to keep, okay? You're going to give it back to them. You're going to see what it does. You're going to help with one project, but it's not yours to have, right? Yeah. The sunlight. That's the illumination for you, Sagittarius. Don't be scared of your powers. Someone doesn't want you to be scared of your powers. In fact, they're going to try to nurture you to unblock yourself right here. Because you did the knowledge right here. You went into the devil's den. You said, how do these people maintain power? You got the secrets. You understood money. You understood resources. You understood how they've attained things. War, killing, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, they've still used light magic. They masquerade themselves in the light. Okay? That's the thing, is that even these evil people masquerade themselves as good people. Right? And you're saying, okay, well, I have the secrets of this, but I don't want it. So you don't use it for yourself. You don't use it for personal gain, and that's how you overcome this right here. You put in a lot of work, but ultimately at the end you just said bye, you dropped your wands and you left. Don't be scared right here. Don't be scared of this person. Don't be scared of your powers. Don't be scared. Maybe you are good at growing things, but you don't like talking to plants because you think that it's weird, or, you know, whatever it is within your life, as long as you're not doing it for an evil purpose. And here's the thing. Look. Don't use tarot for evil, okay? Don't use black magic for your own personal benefits. Don't use any form of magic for your own personal gain. To help you out along the way, okay. To do it for the sake of humanity, the sake of helping people, okay. That's how you get blessed with knowledge. More knowledge, more downloads. As long as you're helping people and you're not just taking, I think it's okay. I think you're fine here. You have the sun. You still have your soul. You still have everything right here. You still have the enlightenment. You still have the illumination, Sagittarius. Let me get you a couple of awakened cards, and you're about to be blessed. You're about to have more work. You're about to receive more kind words from this emperor, someone of authority who understands who you are, wants to work with you, come to alignment with you. You have masculine and feminine, the blending of the high priestess right here. You have infinite abundance. Yeah, because you didn't take it. story behind Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was never about the Chocolate Factory. A lot of people don't know that they're actually a 2-book series to that. I've talked about this before, but to people who are new here, it's actually a 2-part series. Willy Wonka is supposed to be the ideology of what God is. That's why there's the second book, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. It's where they leave the elevator, or where they leave the chocolate factory, and they fly off into space, and they become interdimensional time travelers, and they basically have to fight aliens and shit, right? That's the whole thing, is that at the end you realize Willy Wonka was never really a person. He was an interdimensional being, kind of like God. And he was teaching Charlie how to craft things. He wanted to make Charlie his apprentice, how to make a better society. He turned down, yes, he screwed up, because everyone screws up. We have human nature. Love, right? Love yourself. He screwed up. Everyone has human nature. However, he wasn't going to use it for his personal gain ever. He just wanted to know. He just was like, I kind of want to do this. And then he was blessed at the end. And that's kind of like the symbology of what the Bible says: when humans will die and go to heaven, they'll become like God. God is going to teach them how to create, because angels can't create. The only reason people can create is because Adam and Eve were breathed the breath of life from God. Like, that's the idea behind them, is that they are not God on earth. And it says so in the Bible. It says, Jesus said, did I not say that you would be like God? To, I believe it was the Jews, right before they killed him. So that was the idea, is that every human has the breath of God inside of them, right? So when you die, you ascend and be like God, to be taught. And that was the idea behind that storyline. That is what it's based in. That's the root system of it. So talent and manifestation. You're very talented at this. You reveal a lot of secrets. By you doing the work, by you helping other people, it helps you, okay? Yes, you might have to delve deeply into black magic, but it's always about observation. Because here's the thing, a scientist can deal with the most deadly diseases on the earth, but their goal is to study the disease, see how it can help people, but not release it on people. They have access to the worst things imaginable, right? But they don't release it, they want to observe it. And some viruses can be programmed to attack cancer cells. They programmed HIV virus to target cancer cells and kill them. Like, it's all about delving into the darkness, bringing out the secrets, but never going too far with it. Awareness. Having self-awareness. Let me get you a couple of, well, actually, wrong deck first. Let me do this deck first. Zombie, control, release and control, risk and reward. There's a risk, there's the reward. The 9 of Wands is you take a risk, but you overcome it. Zombie is control, you're releasing control. This is actually giving up control over something. Was. Are these upside down? Some of them are upside down. Hold on, let me... Okay, hold on. Sorry. Was justice, passion, drive, and victory. The greater good, righteousness. The greater good. You're doing it for the greater good, Sagittarius. You did this for the greater good. You're not a bad person. Your powers are not from the devil. You've had to understand light and shadow in order to use them, though. Everyone does. And says, open your mind, connect with the higher power, broaden your horizons, invoke wisdom, and connect with the higher power. So anyway, Sagittarius, open your mind. Do not be blocked off with the 2 of Swords. Connect with that higher power. Understand that, some people were allowed to test the spirits. Even Jesus himself was tested by the spirits. He saw everything that the devil could offer him, but he didn't take it. That's the thing. He saw the secrets, though. Same with, I believe, Solomon. A lot of people did. To see the secrets is not bad. To take the secrets, that's the problem. So anyway, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.